Cancer. My name's Carol and I want to welcome you to Yellow Cardinal Tarot. It's a fairly new channel. Started it in December 2023. So if you're new, I want to welcome you for coming back. Welcome back. So today what we're going to do is we're going to be doing the Yellow Cardinal Cross. And in this reading, I'm going to be looking at, in the 1 and 2 position, I'm going to be looking at the issue that you're dealing with right now. So it could be a pattern that's showing up for you in your life. You know, it's repeating and you can't figure out what it is. You know, a decision you have to make, some kind of relationship issue or struggle that you're sitting with. And card number 2 is going to clarify that, or sometimes it'll tell us, you know, what's obscuring the issue. And then in the 3rd position, I'm going to look at what you're consciously aware of. Like, if I sat there and I you know, we talked about it, you would tell me what's going on. That's what you're consciously aware of. And then what's really interesting, and really it's the best part of the reading, is what's coming up in your unconscious for you to heal. And so this is like we're doing a little bit of shadow work here. And if you're unfamiliar with that term shadow work, I've left a video in my description box for you that I've made, and it's an excellent video and it tells you all about how to do shadow work. And shadow work is really digging up the stuff that we really don't want to, that we've repressed, you know, things that we were told when we were younger, our traumas, our memories, our patterns, our belief systems, they're all sitting in our shadow waiting for us to heal. And so what happens is your unconscious part of you, or your shadow, is what has the most influence on all of your behaviors. We tend to think it's our conscious mind. We tend to think it's our ego that's causing all these things, you know, but it's not. It's the stuff that we've buried. That's, you know, it's who we really are. It's sitting in our unconscious and it's waiting for us to heal. And so it's going to have the most impact on the situation that you're sitting in. Okay, so that's number 4. And then number 5, we're going to look at what the resolution is. So what's needed for the resolution, right, for this. And then number 6, we're going to look at what the understanding is, what the resolution is, and it's going to be really some guidance from the tarot. Okay? And then at the end, so I'm going to be using the Light Seer's Tarot deck right now. I'm going to clarify it a little bit with the Rider-Waite. And then at the end, I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Secrets of the Ancestors for you. And they've been pretty good so far. It's a brand new deck I have for the oracle cards. So they've been good at giving us just a little bit more information on your situation. So, and then at the end of the reading, I'll link your April 2024 reading that I've done for you. If you haven't seen my yearly readings that I did for you, they're linked in the description box. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to ask for 1 card, maybe 2, for a situation that you're sitting in. All right, just 1. The 4 of Pentacles has come up for you in reverse that you're sitting in. Can I have a clarifier for that? Or whatever's obscuring that issue? Well, that one wants to come out. 7 of Swords. It's interesting. In the 3rd position, let's look at what you're consciously aware of here. What do you know about this issue? What can you tell me about this issue? The Empress card in reverse is what you can tell me. And finally, the 4th card. What's coming up in your shadow for you to heal? Well, that one wants to come out. The King of Swords in reverse is coming up in your shadow. What's needed for resolution in the top? What's needed for resolution in the top position? Okay. Queen of Wands is needed. And bottom. Guidance from the tarot. The resolution here. Understanding. Almost there. Oh, that one almost wanted to come out. That one came out. Knight of Cups in reverse. The Knight of Cups. Almost said Pentacles. Okay, so then I'll clarify a bit. So, what's your issue right now that you're dealing with? I just fix this for a second. Yeah, what are you dealing with right now? Well, the Four of Pentacles is the bottom here, and it's in reverse. So let's look at this card in upright position. Four of Pentacles is this woman here that's holding on to her purse. But, you know, I think of myself, the background here, you've got this bazaar going on, all these little shops, you know, and there's places to shop, and she's holding on to her purse. It's either she doesn't have the money, or she doesn't have a lot of money, or she's just not willing. She's holding on. And this is a Pentacles card, so it's all about our material things. It's all about attachments that we hold on to, and it could be something material here, but you're holding on to something. You're holding on to something. You're holding on to a person. You're holding on to a situation. You're holding on to something. And I'm going to tell you what you're holding on to. Because the next card that clarifies it for me are the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is that thief card, right? Running away with something. Well, what are we running away with? We're running away with these feathers that are falling out of his backpack here. And there's this crow here that's, you know, chirping here because he's running away, and this thief card has stolen, but I'm going to use the word inherited, these belief systems, which are the swords. Swords is our mental energy. And, you know, we spin on these things that we believe about ourselves. And often it prevents us from doing things in our life that we want to do. It just interferes with everything, right? It interferes with all of our relationships. It interferes with our sleep at night. All these belief systems are mine. We can't stop it from spinning. And so you are holding on to these attachments. You are holding on to these belief systems about yourself that you have learned, you have inherited when you were younger as a child or an adolescent. And this is coming up for you right now as an issue to look at. And it's a recurring pattern. So if there's something that you believe about yourself, and if you don't deal with it, and it's just going to keep on coming up from your shadow for you to heal. And there are going to be people in your life that are going to trigger the shit out of you because the universe wants you to heal from these belief systems that you have about yourself that aren't true. They're not true. And you're believing them because that's what we do. We believe them because this is what we were told when we were younger, right? We believe anything. You know how vulnerable kids are. They'll believe anything they're told. So what are you aware of right now about the situation that you're sitting in and with these belief systems that you believe about yourself? So the Empress card comes out here. And the Empress is the third card in the major arcana. She's in reverse. She is the second half of the feminine energy in the major arcana. And these are like universal forces that are in our life, these archetypes. And so she's the feminine archetype, half of it. The first half is the High Priestess, which is number 2. She's all about her intuition. You know, this is a feminine quality that we all have. We all can get in touch with our intuition. We all have this inner guidance, this inner knowing. She is all about emotions. She's all about giving birth to, you know, she's very receptive. She's all about giving birth to our emotions and feeling them, right? But she's blocked. And so you are consciously aware that you have these emotions regarding, you know, this, about these mental belief systems that are connected to this, but they're blocked. And so you have really like pushed them down and oppressed them. And so you're very much aware that, you know, you don't really want to deal with some of these things that you believe about yourself. I do want to clarify this Empress card right here. What do we need to know about this Empress card? And well, the King of Cups comes in. So the King of Cups is, well, it's very interesting because Cups is all about our emotions. And we're talking about these emotions being blocked. As the Empress, when she's in reverse, she's blocked. And she's all about, like I said, she's all about emotions. She's all about getting into her body. She's all about feeling her emotions. Feeling the shit that you've been told about yourself that's just not true. And the King of Cups comes in, which is very interesting because my king in my deck, all my kings, are our ego. Because the ego is really the part of us that, the masculine part of us. And we all have a masculine part and we all have a feminine part. Doesn't matter what gender you are. The king is the ego, the masculine part of us that runs the show. It's our mind and our conscious mind. And the King of Cups is about emotions. And so we talked about the Empress being blocked. Her emotions are blocked. Well, because your ego is telling you not to go there. Your ego is telling you those emotions that you need to feel, that you're holding on to, these belief systems, there's emotions attached to them. Don't go there. They're freaking dangerous. This is what this king is saying. He doesn't believe in emotions. He doesn't believe in feeling. And put those are very dangerous. So your ego right now is blocking those emotions that you need to get to, because there's a big fear. Because our ego is the most fearful part of us. They're petrified of emotions. They have so much fear, which we don't always see or know. But there's so much fear on your part to going inwards and feeling some of these emotions, these really hurtful things, belief systems about yourself that you've been told that you just don't even want to go near. You don't want to touch. What's coming up for you to heal right now? Well, the King of Swords is in reverse here. So interestingly enough, you got another king. And again, I said that's your ego. And it's the swords. And it's all about the mental energy here. So what's coming up for you to heal is your truth. It's sitting. Your ego is blocking it. It's sitting in your unconscious. So here you are sitting here with all these belief systems. You're holding on to them. And it's what you've been told when you were younger. And the King of Swords is blocking you from getting at, your ego is blocking you from getting at your truth. Your truth is sitting in your unconscious right now. It's sitting in your shadow. So I want to clarify this about this. This one wanted to come out. The High Priestess comes out in reverse. Well, this king here is blocking your unconscious, blocking your truth. But the High Priestess comes out right behind him. And the High Priestess is the number 2 major arcane. I told you that she was the other half of this feminine energy. She's in reverse right now. But the High Priestess is all about our inner guidance, our inner knowing, going inwards. When we go into our body, when we, it's our inner knowing of knowing who we are. And she's blocked right now because your ego is blocking her. So your truth of who you are is sitting in your shadow, but it's being blocked by these belief systems that you have about yourself. You're believing a certain thing, but it's not even true, right? This High Priestess, she knows. She's your inner guidance. She's your intuition. She knows what your truth is. So what's needed for resolution here? I'm going to say you have a lot of court cards here. So you have a lot of feminine energy, which is our feminine side. And then you have ego. You got some kings going on here. You have 2 kings also. So there's a real battle here between your feminine side, which is all about our emotions and feeling and getting back into our body, getting still, and your ego, which is saying that's all bullshit. There's a real Oh, I can feel it right now. A battle going on. Queen of Emotions, the Queen of Wands is what's needed here for resolution. So she's our feminine side again, but she's about wands. She's about creativity. She's about taking your life in a new direction. And really, this is probably what this is all about, you know. You believe that you can't do it because you have these belief systems about yourself. But she's the one that's going to get in touch with your intuition. She's the one that's going to get you in touch with where you're meant to go, your purpose, actually. She's all about that. You know, that's that feminine side. And so, but you need to get back into your body and start to find out all about you. And this whole reading, Cancer, this is all about finding out your truth and who you really are and getting rid of these belief systems that you're holding on to so tightly that someone's told you when you were younger. So what's the guidance? What's the guidance from the universe here? What's the understanding? I'm not sure if I need to clarify this, but I might need to clarify this knight here. Well, this knight here is all about, my knights in my deck are my freedom fighters. They're the ones that want freedom from being controlled. They want to be as authentic as possible. And this is the cups. So this particular knight here wants the freedom to have authentic relationships, wants the freedom to love, but authentically. And they're in reverse here. And whenever a knight is in reverse, that means it's telling me that there's some anger here, maybe, or because they're not allowed to be authentic, they're not allowed to do what they want to do, or maybe some hopelessness that you're dealing with, right? Some depression that you're dealing with. I'm going to ask for one more card from the Knight of Cups just to tell me a bit more clarity right here. Well, the Strength card comes out, which is a nice card here. But I think it tells me it's in reverse here. So I'm seeing that the Strength card is, you know, I think because you're feeling this anger or maybe this hopelessness of this whole situation, getting at it, because you're very attached to these belief systems about yourself. And you don't feel like you can do anything about this. You don't feel, I think you're sitting in a place of hopelessness where you don't maybe see a way out of this situation because your Strength card is in reverse. There's a, real resistance to believing this. But what I said, like I wanted you to do right here, is you need to start getting in touch with some of these emotions and starting to look at, and I do a lot of journaling from these belief systems I have about myself and working through that stuff. Because your ego is telling you to hold on to all these, keep on blocking this stuff, don't go to these emotions. It's dangerous. But no, there's a feminine side, a big, strong part of you that's coming out right now that wants you to start feeling. You have the strength to do this. You can go inwards. You can start to ground yourself. You can start to go back in your body and start to feel some of these emotions, and that's what that Queen of Wands wants you to do right now. So let's end this reading, Cancer, with the secrets of the ancestors. I'm going to pick this one that came out right here, that came out first. And it's number 5, which is, the shaman. He says, trust the path. Trust the path. He or she. So shaman says, setbacks are part of your growth. You're trying to figure out what to do. The answer is, do the right thing. You are way more than the present moment. There is a spiritual solution for every challenge. You have a need for the very structures and guidance you usually run away from. You are on a path, my beloved. You are trying to fit into a group, but you naturally stand out. Traditional structures are your friend in this moment. In other words, don't rock the boat. Wounded healer, take care of yourself. Yes, your pains and traumas allow you to help others. Turn this energy of love inward now. And I think I heard, I'm feeling that you need to start to go inwards now and start to, feel some of these emotions and deal with some of these belief systems you've told yourself. So I'll talk to you next month. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.